Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is the evening when you get to either disrespect, or join the historic champions of Berkeley's struggle against gentrification and displacement. You all know the reasons why the Adeline Corridor community has spent 5 years working to get to the place where your own planning staff recommended 7-story, 100% low-income housing at the BART sites. But I want you to look further back in Berkeley history, back to the people living in Berkeley when BART was taking houses and land by eminent domain. And remember that both the Ashby BART and North Berkeley BART were built by bulldozing homes and displacing people. I want you to look further back in history to the struggle to underground BART, so that people living in South Berkeley wouldn't be cut off from the rest of Berkeley. You probably knew some of the people involved in that fight. People no longer with us like Maudel Sherrick, Matt Crawford, Ray Dobard, and Mabel Howard. People who left a legacy. Joining us tonight is displaced South Berkeley artist Mildred Howard, daughter of the late Mabel Howard, to share her thoughts on the historic evening. An evening when your vote will be your legacy.
Thank you. Well, if you need a little bit extra time, happy to give it to you, sir.
I can't hear you.
If you need extra time, we're happy to give it to you.
Okay, thank you for letting me speak with you tonight. I lived in Berkeley up until 5 years ago when I was displaced because rent control didn't cover my live workspace in South Berkeley, where I lived for most of my life. My family moved to Berkeley in 1947, and that was around the same time that the master plan to have a tube go under Berkeley and to bring those people who had migrated to the suburbs to San Francisco and other parts of the Bay Area to work. At that time, 19.6% of the population was African American. And those African Americans, including my family, lived below Martin Luther King. Now, the African American community in Berkeley is 7.9%. The BART state, Ray Dobard owned property among many of my other friends right where the Ashby BART is. And he fought for years to try to get the air rights. But I think what's happened is some people in Berkeley have slipped into a state of amnesia and think that we've forgotten about that struggle that he had. He also owned Music City, which was one of 2 Black-owned record stores. And what I'm saying is that an 18-story building and even a 12-story is too high for that community. So my mother fought to have BART go from border to border underground, and now we're putting another border, a house that will divide the community. It's way too tall for that community. So only 35% affordable housing, and we have people sleeping on the street by the BART. It should be just the opposite, 35% for market rate and the rest affordable housing. So I want you to think about the displacement. I mean, I'm a college graduate. I have a master's degree in art, and I can't live in Berkeley. So anyway, so I hope that you think about that and look at what's around. Because if you go into South Berkeley right now, you don't see Black people at all. Where are they? I mean, are they going to become invisible? One of the things that I had thought about Berkeley is that I guess it was a myth. I thought I would be here all my life. But that's not true. But I'd like to see someone make a change so that everyone can be part. Thank you.
Thank you.